back to Auto Shelf Gaming, the only show on the internet who is prepared to say that Bob Saget is not the worst stand-up comedian of all time, just in, like, the bottom 5.
Yeah, I would feel pretty confident saying that, like, he's not the least funny guy. He's got some good bits. Maybe like, pre-Full House, but, you know, he had some good bits.
Yeah, really, if he could just tone down all the... I mean, obviously he's dead now, so
yeah,
it's all the way down, but in the stuff I'd seen, if he toned down some of the, I'm Danny Tanner, but I curse, and I had sex with Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah.
Like, probably could have increased the quality of his comedy significantly, but, I mean, who am I to question a dead comedian about their comedic chops as I make an unfunny show on the internet?
Well, and, like, Bob Saget made so much fucking Danny Tanner money, so, like, I get it. But, like, if he was so worried about his, like, gimmick being tainted as this sort of, like, straight-laced, button-down shirt fucking everyman, why did he take the role to begin with? Like, surely they told Bob Saget, yeah, by the way, you're gonna be, like, the most white bread piece of man ever to exist.
I mean, let's be real. Like, I severely doubt that Bob Saget expected Full House to become, like, a cultural touchstone.
Right, I guess.
So, and really, because he did. He got so much Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos money. Like, he could have just never done anything ever again.
Right.
But there's something to respect from going out, and not only... Because he could have just told, like, crappy... super clean comedy. Not to say that all clean comedy is bad.
Right.
But let's be real, I don't think Bob Saget would have been dropping amazing fucking clean jokes any more than he was dropping amazing
I'm Danny Tanner
dirty jokes.
I had sex with Kimmy Gibbler jokes.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. You gotta respect a man who was so willing to tarnish what would have otherwise been a Mr. Rogers type legacy.
For sure. It should be studied. It should be studied. How someone would rather be remembered as vulgar as opposed to just a fucking swell dude. I think that's interesting. Like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like if I were to die right now, I would hope people would remember me as a swell dude and not just like a vulgar monster.
Yeah, hope
as he
people
would
remember
portray
you.
himself in comedy form.
Hope that people remember you as Danny Tanner and not Bob Saget. No, for sure.
God.
I totally feel that. Anyway, we're playing more Kong.
Yep, and I was about to say we're lost, but I think I found the way.
Yeah, this looks new.
It definitely looks new-ish. Just by the fact that everything is still the same.
What are those?
They're little, like, huts.
Very small.
Very small little huts.
Maybe,
I mean, we are King Kong. Maybe this is how big people are supposed to be. Maybe these are, like, perfectly adequately sized houses for as big as we are.
I mean, if those things are, like, 8 to 10 feet tall, that would make us a decently sized Kong. We obviously would not be full-size Kong yet.
No.
But we'd be pretty darn big.
I need to, like, go back and look at the first episodes again, but I really do feel like Mama Kong was bigger than we are. Although, I don't know if you've noticed, but, like, I feel like the controls have gotten stiffer.
Have they?
Yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like I was, like, kind of following enemies with my combos before. Now it's like, no, I'm just knocking them away and then missing half my combos.
Weren't you locking onto people before?
No, if I do that, it, like, slows the game down to a fucking crawl, so I haven't done that at all.
I don't know.
Whatever. Fuck y'all, I don't need to fight you.
I don't know. It's entirely possible because we were discussing while we were trying to get everything up and going again that they've done. I don't know. They either did some kind of update to the game or getting out of Chapter 1 caused us to get a new title screen. Either way, it looks way better than before.
Right.
It's not great now still, but I mean, all things considered, massive improvement.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Now I'm getting to that point where I feel like we're lost again. Because
I was going to say, haven't we seen those guys already?
Yes, well, it keeps pop up saying, like, oh, yeah, checkpoint, save.
Oh, wait, do you remember how to roar?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, on, there it is.
Oh, and this was not showing up before, I swear to God.
I think the issue might have been that we were, like, down... Because when I was rewatching the episode, we were, like, down and surrounded by a bunch of really tall walls. So I wonder if it either didn't trigger or did trigger, but we just couldn't see it. Because there was a bunch of stuff in the way. Is it not? Well...
Maybe it's...
I'm about to say, it looked like there was one that was, like, right next to you. Maybe you can only trigger it every so often.
Yeah. Because, God forbid, I just know where I'm going. Well, because
there's one up on that tree.
But I say it was popping up a couple. Like, there was one on top of that mushroom. One on top of the tree here. I guess I'll try to get on top of the tree. Unless I can... Yeah, there's, like, a few. Well, maybe it is that way.
I don't know. That one looked like it was, like, right next to us initially.
Yeah.
But then we went right next to us, and it looked further away. So, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
fucking crap.
On the one hand, I'm glad that we know, like, that it works now. Kind of.
Oh, that's a thing.
Hell yeah.
And it's leading me away from it. Whatever, I'm going to the cave.
Well, there's one behind it, too. Aw, yeah.
Clear the zone.
Maybe that's why it didn't pop up, because we were already too close to it.
Ah, fuck, a super crab.
Nah, we good, homie. Now that you figured out the ins and outs of all this Kong combat, this Kongbat, nailed it. Just like you nailed this attack on these guys. Ah, rock! See, that guy got knocked back by your attack. And then he got dazed by your other attack. Maybe they did. I need to look at some point and see.
If
maybe they had just done an update and now things work more properly. Oh. Because I don't, knock on wood, not that there's any close to me, but this is the very beginning of a new recording session and it didn't immediately crash. And not only that, it didn't take 50...
what?
Damn!
Dude, something is fixed. It was like giving me a marker to hit something. It's never done that. I think Kong got a little fixed.
Hell yeah.
Which, like, thank God.
Oh yeah, no, that was atrocious. But I don't know if you noticed, it didn't take 5 minutes to load this section.
Yeah, no,
when we got to a cutscene.
It just kind of went for it.
Man, Kong, Game of the Year 2023? Or, well, now I guess it'd be Game of the Year 2024.
Yeah. It's fine, as long as it's Game of the Year.
It's my Game of the Year every year. 23, 24, 22, even though what, not yet? Aw, yeah. Yeah, I've never noticed that before.
I swear to God, it's never done it. But I guess now we know. When shit glows red, just fucking grab it.
You just threw that guy.
I know, it's very funny. See, I wish they didn't come at, like, more enemies are, like, spread out. Because, like, I can't fucking throw them like this. Let me go. Let me alone.
Activate Primal Rage, bro. They're all over you. I really kind of expected that to make you immune to damage while you were turning it on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, fuck those guys up big time. They never even saw what was coming. Actually, we weren't coming. They came after us for no reason.
Get back here.
There we go.
Fuck you up.
I like how the finishing blow is directly on the shell, when all those other attacks are clearly, like, to the back in the middle where the shell connects to itself.
Right.
It's like, yeah, hit the weak point. And it's like, alright, hit the strongest point for the finish.
Just showing how much of a beast we are. We don't fucking need weak points. We are Kong!
Damn, 1 skill point!
Hell yeah! Where are we at on that now? There we go.
That's fine. That took, like, no time, sort of. So.
Well, you just never know. We have 7. Okay, we only need... Oh, that's right, we need 10 to open up another one.
Yeah. But that's fine. Like, 2 more, maybe 3 missions max if they all only give 1 that we find, but...
Hell yeah. Oh, alright.
Well,
So there was nothing in here.
So that cave is actually not a cave.
Yeah?
It's actually nothing.
Okay. Oh, there's another cave over there.
Hell yeah. Let's go find it.
See, all the things behind it, all the things are behind us that way. Makes me really think we need to go over that way.
Probably. And what do you think the odds are that this cave will be a cave?
I'm gonna bet nothing. It's not.
Nope. This is closer to a cave than the last one.
Alright.
At least that one's like a semi-legit alcove.
Right.
This one looks like a real cave.
This has got a
I bet
root
it's
in
gonna be
there.
super deep. No.
No, that was the shallowest of them all. But this looks like a way out of this area this way.
I love me some Kong. Man, you know, when I think of some of the greatest game series of all time, right?
Right.
Mario, Zelda, Metal Gear. None of them even come close to matching up to Kong Island Skulls.
The only close one is Donkey Kong 64.
True.
It's got that name recognition. Also, I just realized I've been sitting away from my mic the entire fucking episode, so I'm gonna go ahead and sit a little closer to it now.
Nah, I'm sure it probably sounds great. Future me, does it sound great? Yeah, see, I definitely agreed. Damn, actual platforming challenges? Can't believe that Donkey Kong stole that from Kong.
Oh, God. See, it's like, the controls up till this point have been fine. But now that I'm, like, on these logs, and there is a, like, a bridge, I'm like, oh, wow, they're a bit more squirrely than I've let on to be.
Yeah.
God. Do you think that Donkey Kong, or not Donkey Kong, do you think King Kong, before he becomes full-on Kong, could, like, learn to live with humans? Like, do you think if we transport this Kong to a zoo, he would just chill?
Maybe?
Like, once he's reached his full Kongitude.
There's no way at that point. It's too late. This Kong... Because, like, if it was Baby Kong, guaranteed, right? Like, he would learn to rely on humans. He'd be like, oh yeah, cool, no problem. This Kong is, like, right in the middle where, oh, that lucky bastard. Or did you get him?
I got his ass. I went after him.
Apparently. You went underground and then behind the rock wall to bash his face in.
When Kong wants you dead, you die.
Man, you gotta love that you could have been doing that to, like, almost every enemy, apparently, all this time.
Yeah, I guess.
And we just had no way of knowing.
It never told me. I swear to God, run the tapes back. It never fucking told me.
I did never see it.
If at any point in any of the past episodes, it popped up above an enemy and we just didn't notice, send the clip in. I will eat my own hat. Because that did not fucking happen, I promise.
I didn't see nothing. I don't even remember that from back when we were Mama Kong and they were, quote-unquote, teaching us how to play the game. There's nothing around us anymore, apparently.
Yeah. Now, this looks like a thing we might be able to climb up to. I don't know. There is nothing to differentiate the textures. So, like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to be. Like,
yeah, where are all my yellow ladders?
Dude!
How do I know what to climb up?
Honestly, though, I have no problem with the yellow ladders. Because you know that the fucking yellow ladders were added after the fucking game devs sat there and watched a QA tester for 20 minutes try to figure out where to go.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about making games. And part of it is because when you make games, people who aren't, like, active gamers will play them. And so, of course, they're not going to, like, think to do all the things that you would do in literally every single game. But there's a bunch of stuff. Because I've seen, and I don't watch developer interviews that much because I really don't care about, like, all the back-end aspects. Some of it is interesting.
Oh, this
but a lot of it is just, hell yeah, let's do the same thing again.
Hell yeah, I'm not tired of this gameplay loop ever.
A lot of the back end is just, oh yeah, man, nothing fucking worked, and then it all came together at the last moment. And I hate to hear that because it's like, man, I hate that every game I like had a horrible development cycle.
Right. No, for sure.
But like you hear developers talk about the games that they've made, and they talk about, you know, we made this stuff, it was so cool, we did all this shit, it was amazing, you know, we set up this stuff, these super fucking well thought out smart puzzles or whatever, and we put it in front of the people to test it out and see how it goes. Holy shit, there's 3 big crabs at the same time. And they played the puzzles, and it took the shortest amount of time anyone took to beat this puzzle that we thought was like medium level challenge was an hour. And we're like, oh, we need to make all these puzzles way easier.
Right.
You know, we added all this great combat stuff, and it was super cool, and people tried it, and all they did was just mash A over and over. And we were like, oh, maybe we need to tone down, make the more basic combat more interesting, or people won't want to play the game.
Right.
We designed our levels. They're almost a straight hallway, but this one part you had to go vertical, and everyone was like, why can't I just keep going straight? So we had to make the ladder yellow so that people would know to go up.
Right.
It really just is. These are the same crabs from before, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, if not exactly the same. They had to have made it where that thing works on it. Well, never mind. I was going to say more, because you're actually landing them regularly. God, every time that guy was dazed, you could have just killed him.
I know! I'm so pissed!
And this time we got 2. That was basically exactly like the one that we only got 1 for.
Hell yeah. We still have made no progress, though.
Don't we have enough points? Oh, we need 1 more.
Yeah.
And also you're dying.
Yeah, I definitely am that. Alright, so I saw the things over that way. So we gotta go that way.
Hell yeah. Oh, thank Christ.
Hell yeah. Yum yum food.
Not that I don't love running around with, like, a quarter of a health bar.
Right.
Pardon me, good sirs. Man, ever since we decided to fuck off on everybody
right
that isn't specifically in an area where it says, kill all these enemies!
Oh, I know. Well, and, like, if people think that's lame, sorry. But, like, in RPGs where there's no incentive to kill shit, and shit keeps coming at you, if you can't skip that shit, bad game design. That's like the one point I'll put in Kong's favor thus far. I can skip shit. I can just kind of run past a lot of things.
Yeah, well, there's no reason not to. Because it doesn't... The only thing it does is waste your 2 biggest resources. Your health bar, because it's almost impossible to fight stuff without taking damage.
Right.
Since they'll just hit you while you're hitting them.
Right.
And your time.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. Like, I'm sure there's somebody out there, Crandon, clamoring for a 50-part series that's 25 hours long. But
it's like, look,
I'm not.
I'm on Team Kong, not for the long haul.
Yeah.
I want us to see this baby through to the end. I don't want this baby to see us through to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, God. Could you imagine? We're 80 years old.
God.
Well, I'm 80 years old. I mean,
we just have terrible senses of time because
Yeah.
Kong ruined us.
We're just... And also, they've expanded the game because, of course, you know, it's been 50 years. Since we're the biggest thing on YouTube because Kong has gotten so huge. And we're playing the 57th DLC this year.
Right.
But it's exactly the same game. Nothing is actually improved.
Right.
It's just been made more.
Right. Ooh, come on, let me up
We're still fighting all the same crabs. We're still walking through more pea lakes.
Fucking doing the same grab attack animations, throwing the same size boulders.
Yeah.
And every time we're just like, oh man, time has just continued to dilate. We're like, oh man, what a fun 3 seconds this has been. And then Crandon comes in and is like, Eric, Sigurd, what are you doing? You've been in this room recording this episode of Kong for 15 years.
Man, speaking of recording episodes of On the Shelf Gaming, and us bringing up P, I forget what video it was, but Crandon commented on one of our videos where we talked about
P for a long time.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah.
God.
And it's not even the first time it happened.
I know. Elizabeth was talking to me about that earlier. And she was hassling me because she's like, you guys keep coming back to P. You're not going to beat the allegations.
Well, and it's really funny to me, too, because I don't know that we've ever talked about P off the show. Not even a single time.
I know. No, that is an on-the-shelf gaming exclusive, baby.
I don't know. If you want us to stop talking about P on the show, tweet at Buffalo Wild Wings. Sponsor On the Shelf Gaming.
Or else they'll keep talking about P. Only you can slay the evil, Buffalo. Can I break through this yet? Probably not.
Nah, I doubt it.
I would try it, but there's a bunch of fucking crabs on my ass.
Yeah. Thought that was a dead guy, but it's just a bird lazing about. I can respect that. If I were a bird, I wouldn't sit up on high stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'd laze around on the ground all day, every day.
Do you think the first bird, like, freaked out at all?
When it just started flying?
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was the first one to just evolve enough to be able to fly, and then it just starts flapping its little proto-wings. And it's like, all right, time for a little bit of fluttering, a little bit of stretching, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah. That's the craziest thing about evolution, is like, so like, complex life forms started in the oceans.
Right.
And then they came out onto land. That means there was a first sea creature
that just said, fuck it.
Well, like, and you had to evolve to be able to get out of the water, and then you also had to, like, know to go out.
Right.
So, who fucking knows? I don't know.
It's like, fuck, all these bigger things than us keep eating all of our eggs. What are we gonna do? And he's just looking at the fucking shoreline.
It's like, I'm going for it. It's like, no, you fool. No one ever comes back from that place.
It's like, fucking watch me, I'm putting my babies there.
I don't know. I'm sure it would actually be boring as all hell. But if I could go see, like, any point in time, something like that. Just
right.
like the first time any living creature did something super specific.
Yeah, and, like, different than what it was, like, doing before.
Yeah, like, the first creature that could just fly, gotta see it. The first creature to leave the oceans.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Like, the first fucking humans that are, like, quote-unquote actual humans and not apes.
Yeah, not proto-humans.
It's like, somebody had to be the first one.
Right.
The first egg.
Right.
God, bro, let's go back in time and eat the first egg.
Change humanity for the better.
We just get back there. We've brought our little fucking battery-operated skillet. We find the egg. We crack that shit open, scramble it. And we just start to disappear from reality.
It's like, oh, we might not have thought this one through.
It's like, bro, what are the odds that this particular fucking animal was an ancestor of all of humanity?
God. Well, it's crazy that, like, all of humanity did really start from, like, a fucking mouse. Like, it's estimated that, like, the last, like, the mammal that survived the age of the dinosaurs and the meteor and all that shit was probably, like, a shrew. Or, like, something akin to a squirrel.
No, that stuff is crazy. Because, like, it's super weird to think about your ancestors, right?
Right.
Like, of course, you know, I have, like, grandparents that I've met, and I met two of my great-grandparents, though one of them I was so small I don't remember them.
Right.
But, like, so, we're talking a few generations.
Uh-huh.
The oldest person in my family that I know was born, I guess now it'd be like a little over 100 years ago.
Right.
And, of course, you can trace lineage back further than that. I personally can't. I don't know anybody further beyond that.
Uh-huh.
But, like, it's possible. Theoretically, you could trace it back, like, all the way.
Right.
If you just knew. And some stuff is normal. It's like the thing where, I forget what that guy's name is, but there's some, like, emperor from Rome or something who is, like, an ancestor to basically everybody from, like, Western Europe or something.
Right. Caligula or whatever.
And so it's like, okay, so like you can trace back that kind of shit. Like there's all sorts of like stuff like that. Like Genghis Khan hundreds of years ago. Now he's like a direct ancestor of
most of Asia.
An abnormally large portion of the total people alive in the world right now.
Right.
But it can go back way further than that. It's not just like, oh, ancient Rome. Yeah, I have ancestors from there. It's like, oh, the hunter-gatherer societies that became agricultural. Yeah, I've got ancestry from there.
Right.
Some of my ancestors were like, maybe we could just, like, put some plants in the ground.
Right.
Instead of walking around all the time.
Great-great-grandpappy Eric.
Yeah, and before that, it's like, oh yeah, I can just trace my ancestry back to literal apes that lived in the trees. And before that, it's like, oh yeah, I can trace my ancestry all the way back to the sea creatures before they crawled out of the ocean. And if we just keep going, I can trace my ancestry back to single-celled bacteria. And then there's me at the end of the biological line because I have no children.
Right. That's it. That glorious journey of human...
Billions of years in the making I was, and I'm like, alright, the pinnacle of evolution, we've made it, guys.
God, where are all the fucking chickens?
I don't know. I mean, it kind of looked like they were on the other side of the barrier.
Well, yeah, those are the guys that chased me over here.
Oh, there's one.
No, those are the guys that chased me.
Oh, is he not inside?
No, there's like...
Oh, I see. Yeah, he is stuck on the barrier trying to get inside.
So I killed the chickens that I saw. So the zone is cleared. Perhaps we'll figure out this little conundrum next time on the Shelf Gaming.